What up, guys? Gucci here with Rips and Sips with a new video for you and a totally different video here for you. We're not ripping anything today. So instead, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you 5 guys to buy right now before the NBA season starts. We've got training camps fully underway. Preseason games start shortly. So what I'm going to do is just give you 5 dudes that I think are good investments. So if you like that side of the hobby, this video is definitely going to be for you. One of these guys, I promise you, is going to seem really obvious, but I'll explain my reasoning for that. One of these guys that you might not have even heard of, okay? But we'll get into it. A little bit of background about me. A lot of my adult professional life has been as a basketball coach. I coached collegiately. I also coached a little bit of pro. I've coached against a lot of guys that are in the league right now. Coached a few guys personally that made it into the league or got a chance in the league. So I really know basketball, and what I'm basing these suggestions on is just guys that I think are in the right situation, guys that I think are on the rise, and kind of their price point right now, right, where it's a good buy low option, and that I think that you can turn a pretty sizable profit on it. I'm not saying anything's going to be worth thousands of dollars or anything like that, but I don't think you're going to lose out. And even if you do, the price point's at a point to where, you know, it's a good buy low option for you. So, only cost to these suggestions and these tips is to subscribe to the channel. That's all you got to do. Just subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, give us a comment, let us know if you like videos like this. So the first one, this is the obvious one, right? Wiseman. James Wiseman, whose autograph looks a little bit different on just about every card that he has, but here's the deal with him. I kind of think I liken this draft class a lot to the 18 draft class, right? With Ayton, Luka, and Trae Young. A lot of guys forget about Ayton, and he's only just recently started to kind of pick up his market again, right? Because people are always thinking about Luka, people are thinking about Trae, and I think that's what Wiseman's fallen into. People keep thinking about Ant and LaMelo Ball, and they forget about Wiseman. They forget that he's on the Warriors, which is a fantastic situation. They forget that this kid's talented as shit, which is also a good thing. His ceiling is way up there, and his floor is also way up there too. I truly think he's going to be the best player in this draft class, and right now his price point is it's attainable. Right, I actually pulled this card from Origins actually, but his RJAs, rookie jersey autos, right now go for about 130. Earlier in the year, they were going for about 300. RPAs right now, so the National Treasures type stuff, Spectra, things like that, those are going for like the 300s. But for a guy that was a number 2 pick, that's been talented as hell, that's in a fantastic situation, that's a low price point. That is a really low price point, and that is a fantastic opportunity to get in while you can, and to be able to get some really good stuff for a really talented player. So that's my first guy to suggest buying right now is James Wiseman. We'll see if he's healthy, and even if he's not, and this doesn't work out or anything like that, nobody's going to fault you for buying James Wiseman cards. That's for damn sure. So that's number 1 right there, James Wiseman. That's the obvious one. I'll dig a little deeper into the next 4, I promise. Number 2, Devonte Graham. Now, you see we got a nice Noir card here. I actually bought this card for $24. That's it. It's on card. It's numbered to 99. This is player worn here. Really good player. Really good player. His numbers dipped a little bit last year, both in points and assists and shots taken, actually. But I think that had a lot more to do with the presence of LaMelo Ball than Graham as a player. He's not with the Hornets anymore. He's with the Pelicans, which, guess what? With Zion, Brandon Ingram, and all those dudes over there, I think Graham is going to get some time. A, he's going to be their starting point guard. There's no Lonzo there anymore. B, his assists are going to go up because literally all he's got to do is pass it to those 2 guys. And Zion and Ingram are going to open up shots for him too. I think he's in a fantastic situation. We know he can play. We know Devonte Graham can play. And now he's just in a different spot. And I really think he's going to be on the rise. Again, I got this for 24 bucks. National Treasures obviously is way more. He has an encased 9.5 right now for 150 on eBay. Rookie jersey autos range anywhere from $12 to $75. His prices are a little bit all over the place, but in terms that you can actually get something like this for under 50 bucks, like that's a buy. That's a big time buy, and I really think that he's somebody that we should be looking out for this year to be a hell of a player and his price is only going to go up from there. All right. 3, 4, 5. This is where we start digging quite a bit. This is this is where it gets a little weird. Okay. Number 3, Troy Brown Jr. Okay. Now, not a lot of people have seen a whole lot of Troy Brown Jr. in the last couple of years. A, he's been kind of injured. B, he's been in that shit show of a Warriors team, right? Where like John Wall is telling the GM to go fuck himself and like all kinds of things. He just hasn't been in a good situation, right? And for as well as the Warriors draft, kinda, they do a shit job of developing players. Brown also got kind of squeezed out by Rui Hachimura. So he just never really took off with the Wizards. But he's with the Bulls now, in a much better situation with the Bulls. Once he got traded there last year, his minutes and points actually increased. And he's healthy for really the first time in 2 years, from what we could tell. So I think he's in a great situation there. I think he's on the rise. This card here, rookie jersey auto, number to 149. You're not going to believe this. I got this card for $2.99. Right? This dude was the 16th fucking pick in the draft, and he's on an NBA roster. He's not playing in China or anything like that. I got this shit for $3. $3, okay? He's probably going to get a lot of time at the 4 this year, I think, especially to back up Pat Williams. He might even start a little bit at the beginning of the year because Pat Williams is still coming off that ankle injury. But I think this dude is going to get some run. And seriously, if you can get a fucking first-round pick that is active and in the league and still young for less than $10, I've seen most of his averages be about like 12, something like that. But this dude's a buy. This dude is a serious buy, and I think his stock is just going to rise, and his products are just going to be a little bit more expensive. So that's my next suggestion here for you. Number 4 is a guy I'm not sure anybody has even heard of unless you really follow hoops, okay? Leandro Bolmaro from the Timberwolves. I know a lot of you are probably thinking, who the fuck is that? So, Bolmaro is going to be a rookie this year. However, he was part of last year's draft class, right? He just stayed in Spain for another year. He's Argentinian. A lot of people liken him to Manu Ginobili. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be Ginobili, but what I could promise you is that this guy isn't going to suck. He played for Barcelona in the EuroLeague, which is one of the top teams in the top league. He's good. That's the main thing that I can tell you. Like, this guy is good. Look up his YouTube videos if you don't believe me. This guy can fucking play, and he's not going to suck. His prices aren't going to go down. That's for damn sure. Now, here's the weird thing about him. He is technically going to be a rookie this season, but he was in one set last year. I actually pulled this card from Hoops Hobby. He has, I think, 3 autos in that box, and then we haven't seen him since. And now, since he's not a draft pick, I don't think he's going to be in any of this year's early sets either, right? So you can get his stuff now. They range anywhere from 35 to 70 bucks. This one right now, the last one sold for 75. But his stuff is going to be hard to find for a while, and then all of a sudden it's just going to skyrocket up there. So I'm basing this one on more of a, I think this guy's going to be good, A. B, you're not going to be able to find him for a while, right? So it's going to be really scarce. So get it while you can. It's a reasonable price. If you can get one for 35, awesome. 70, I don't think is too much to pay for this guy because he's really talented. Seriously, go look him up if you don't believe me. And a lot of people are just going to be sleeping on him because they just don't know who he is. So if you can get some stock early and get some real estate on Balmoral Island, you can, pull up your little condo right next to mine on there, and we can all have a party when we find out our cards are worth a lot more than they are today. So that's number 4, Leandro Bolmaro. The 5th and final one. I'm sure a lot of guys have forgotten about this dude because he's been probably the most injury-prone player in the league. Dante Exum. All right, now I got this card, really cool rookie jersey auto, number to 25 there, and it's sealed by Panini there. I got this for $23. $23. This guy was the number 5 pick in the draft. I know he's been hurt for pretty much his entire career, but guess what? He's not hurt anymore. He's healthy. In the Olympics, this guy helped Australia win bronze, and he looked good. He looked quick. He looked athletic. He was getting out in transition. He was passing the ball well. think he averaged 9 points a game or something like that for Australia's bronze medal run, which is pretty good for a dude that we really haven't seen play for the last 4 years. He came to the Rockets in the James Harden trade, and with John Wall being like, I don't want to play for the Rockets anymore, and I don't blame him, DJ Augustine is the only other like point guard on that roster. So Exum's going to get some run, right? And if he's healthy and if he's playing for that Rockets team that is just going to get up and down and is just focused on developing guys, Exum weirdly is one of the more experienced dudes on the team. He's in a really, really good situation. His prices right now are a little bit all over the place, right? I'm following some stuff right now, some National Treasure stuff that's around the $30 range. He has a little bit of things that are, you know, kind of in the 175 range, but for the most part, you're not paying over 200 for this guy at all. You can find a lot of deals under 50 bucks for that. I mean, seriously, I got this for $23, an encased, sealed Panini rookie jersey auto to 25. Okay, I think this actually might be player worn too. Let's see here. Yep, player worn material and autograph. It's from the NBA final set, so which I know isn't like super common, but you can find a lot of good stuff for him, and I truly, truly believe he's going to finally show out this year a little bit. So those are my tips for you guys. I am just going to kind of go through a recap here. Okay, so we got Exum, okay, Leandro Bolmaro, Troy Brown Jr., Devonte Graham, and last but certainly not least, and probably most obvious, Wiseman. Okay. If you like videos like this, if you want us to do more things like this, you want us to do a football one, you want us to give you 5 more like in the halfway point of the season or something like that, please let us know. Leave us a comment if you enjoyed this video. It would really help out to know if we should do something like this again. Of course, most importantly, subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, check out all of our other videos. Recently opened a box of Obsidian, which was fire. Opened some Chronicles draft picks. Got a lot of fun stuff planned for you too, and your support definitely helps out. Also, be sure to follow us on Instagram. It's also at Rips and Sips. And definitely rip responsibly, guys. Next time we'll be back with a nice hobby box opening, and we will catch you there. Rip responsibly.